Hey everyone, I'm Alan Thrall. I'm here in the gym on December 31st. Get it? Just an empty building. Nobody in here. In this video, I'm going to list 10 things you should know before joining the gym. This video is intended for someone who's never been to a gym. If you've been a long-time subscriber to this channel or any other fitness YouTube channels, I'm sure you've heard all this before. This is nothing new. I'm not going to discuss things like gym contracts and memberships or even things like lifting technique. I'm just talking about some basic knowledge, etiquette, recommendations, and suggestions for those of you wanting to start going to the gym in 2022. These are in no particular order. Number one, ask for a gym tour. Have an employee, trainer, owner, maybe even a friend who already attends the gym show you around. If anything pops out at you and you have a question, ask. Getting familiar with the gym before your first workout can make you feel more comfortable than if you were just floating around the gym on your own, looking lost. Scoping out the gym in person can help you better create a plan for your first workout. Which brings me to point number two, have a program or at least a plan. If you have no idea where to start and you're interested in strength training, I would suggest the Beginner Prescription by Barbell Medicine. I'll link that program down in the description below. If you don't want to do that, I want you to understand that it really doesn't matter what you do on day one or week one or even month one. Barbells, dumbbells, machines, exercise classes, cardio equipment, bodyweight exercises, swim laps in the pool. Any of it is good. If you haven't been doing anything, something is 100% better than nothing. With that said, I do think having a plan is important. It doesn't need to be the latest and greatest ebook, template, app created by the greatest powerlifter who ever lived that you downloaded on your iPhone 25. It can literally be something you wrote down on a napkin in your car before walking into the gym. I'm gonna walk on the treadmill, then do dumbbell bench press, and then walking dumbbell lunges. After you write down the exercises you want to do, write down the duration of time you want to spend on that exercise, or write down how many repetitions you want to do, and then how many sets you want to do. For example, treadmill for 15 minutes, dumbbell bench press, 10 to 15 reps for 3 sets, walking dumbbell lunges, 10 reps per leg for 2 to 3 sets. Having a plan will help you keep focused on your workout, and it'll make you feel a little bit more accomplished, rather than floating around the gym, not sure what to do, getting discouraged because you're the new guy and you feel like everyone's watching you, and so you just leave. Number 3, set up your safeties. If you're performing squats with a barbell and the squat rack has adjustable safety bars, use them. Set them up a couple inches lower than the bottom of your squat. That way, if you fail a squat, you just go down to the bottom position and drop the bar off your back or dump it forward. Either is fine. Doing this is going to keep you safe and it might prevent damage to the equipment. Never throw the bar off your back mid-squat or at the top because, again, that could damage the barbell. Try to stay connected to the bar. Even if you don't plan on squatting heavy, you should still always set up your safeties because accidents happen. You might lose your balance mid-squat or something cramps up and your immediate reaction is to drop the bar. For bench press, if your gym has benches with safeties, use them. This is even more important than squat safeties because with the bench press, you're putting yourself between the weight and a bench. If you drop the weight, you're gonna get pinned between those two things. You can't escape a failed bench like you can a failed squat. Set the safeties up just below the highest point of your bench press arch. This should catch the barbell above your face and neck. Now, if your gym does not have safeties on the bench, you have 3 options. Number 1, if the benches don't have adjustable safeties, but the squat racks do, you could bench in the squat rack. With that said, if the gym is busy, I wouldn't do this because there are people who want to squat in the squat rack. But if there are plenty of squat racks open, go for it. Number 2, if you get stuck with the barbell in your chest, dump the weight off each side of the bar. This is a last resort if you ever get pinned under the bar on bench press. I would never encourage this, but it's a possible escape plan. Tilt the bar to slide the weights off each side. I'm going to say it again, this is a last resort escape plan. Don't attempt a weight that you have no business lifting just because you know, well, I could just dump the weights off each side if I fail. Because this could happen to you, I do not suggest using collars to hold the weight on the end of the barbell if you're bench pressing alone. Now that all that's out of the way, a much better option, your third option, ask for a spot. Number 4, ask for a spot and know how to spot. Sometimes you want to push your repetitions to near failure, which means there's a possibility that you could get stuck at the bottom of a rep and you need help lifting it up. The most commonly spotted exercise in the gym is the bench press. Second most common, calf raises. If you ask someone for a spot and they agree to help you, there are a few things to tell them. Do you want to lift off or no? A lift off is when the spotter helps you lift the bar off the uprights and bring it to the starting position. If you don't want to lift off, this means you're going to unrack the bar on your own. Let them know how many reps you'll be doing so they don't take the bar early and assume you were doing only 1 rep. If you're going to pause on your chest, let them know so they don't think you're stuck. Let them know that you don't want them to take the bar until you say something or until they see the barbell start to drift back down towards your chest. Finally, this is a very small detail, but you might tell them if you want them to take as much of the weight as they can when you say so, or tell them to just help you a little bit and let you grind out the rep. Taking the bar completely is a little more common in a powerlifting gym where the only thing that matters is completion of the rep or not. If you're not going to get the rep, just take it. Letting the spotter help you grind out the rep is a little more common with bodybuilders because they're only worried about time under tension. Lifters who complete an entire set with the spotter's assistance are called high school football players. If you find yourself spotting the bench press and the lifter wants a liftoff, realize that you are only there to help unrack the bar. You are not doing all the work. Don't deadlift all the weight off the J-hooks. This is not a time to show off your strength. Think about just lifting an empty bar off the uprights. That alone means you make the liftoff 45 pounds lighter for the lifter. Taking too much of the bar weight will cause the lifter to lose tightness, and when you let go of the bar, you're dumping that weight back on the lifter. Let them do most of the work so they can stay connected to the bar. They can feel the weight of the bar in their hands the whole time. You are just there to help. Also, keep your hands on the bar until it stops moving. Don't let go early. And don't push the bar too far out. Bring it right above their shoulders, pause, and then let go. Number 5 and 6 are about gym etiquette. Number 5, the squat racks should only be used for squats and overhead press. With the exception of the example I mentioned above, where someone might use the squat rack for bench press because they need the safeties, I would still try my best to leave the squat rack open for squats. The squat is one of the only free weight movements that requires another piece of equipment other than just a bar and weights. You don't need a squat rack for deadlifts, curls, upright rows, Romanian deadlifts, and especially not for warm-ups. Please don't stretch and do band warm-ups for 30 minutes in the squat rack if people are waiting to use the squat rack. They could have already finished their squats by the time you warmed up. You might also use a squat rack for overhead press, but if you're a beginner and you don't overhead press very much, or you're lifting light relative to your strength, you could just set the bar on the ground and lift it up to your shoulders before you press. Again, it comes down to how busy the gym is. If it's slow, do what you like. If it's 6 p.m. on a Monday, leave the squat rack open for squats. Number 6, avoid walking directly in front of people while they're lifting. Free weight movements like squats and deadlifts require balance, focus, and coordination. And when you walk directly in front of someone mid-lift, it can be quite a distraction, so try to avoid it. Give everyone a decent sized radius, an area where you don't walk while they're lifting. Do not stop directly in front of someone. Do not walk under someone's barbell. Do not take plates off the squat rack while they're lifting. Do not walk on someone's platform while they're lifting. I'm not telling you to completely stop traffic and make a scene. Just be mindful of other people in the gym. Walking in front of people is unavoidable, especially in a busy gym. It's okay to walk in front of someone from a short distance. Just don't invade their personal space while they have 500 pounds on their back. New t-shirt and I lost my hair tie. Tip number 7, how to load plates onto a barbell. Specifically, which direction the plate should face, letters in or letters out. This isn't that important, but I'm surprised by how many people ask me this, so I'll talk about it. Most of you won't have to worry about how you're putting the plates on the bar because your gym has matching sided plates. If the plates at your gym have a lip on one side, smooth on the other, should that lip face in or face out? If you're in a commercial gym, you'll probably see most people put the plates facing out. This is so everyone walking by can clearly read how much weight you're lifting. Be amazed. If you're in a powerlifting gym, you'll probably see most people put the plates facing in. In my opinion, plates facing in has the only valid argument for being the most functional. When you hold a plate, it's more secure in your hands with your fingers around the lip, thumbs on the back, versus all your fingers grabbing the smooth part of the plate, which would be less secure. So if you're holding the plate with a lip and the numbers facing away from you, that's how you're gonna load and unload plates onto a barbell. So if I had to give you an answer, plates facing in is the correct way to load a barbell, I guess. Bonus, sometimes you'll see people load the first plate in, all the rest facing out. What? The only good reason I've heard for why they do this is back in the early days of powerlifting, when powerlifting magazines were popular, equipment companies wanted the first plate in, the rest facing out, so that no matter where a picture was taken, you could see their logo on the plates. It sounds legit, but don't fact check me. Tip number 7.5. Include the weight of the barbell when you're calculating how much weight you're lifting. If you're using a 45-pound bar and you have 45 pounds on one side, 45 pounds on the other side, that's 90 pounds plus a 45-pound barbell, 135 pounds total weight lifted. Tip number 8, how to use dumbbells, specifically dumbbell bench. When you take a pair of dumbbells out of the rack, step back away from the rack so other people can grab dumbbells while you're doing your set. If you're doing dumbbell bench, you've got 2 methods of getting into the start position. Number 1, hold the dumbbells tight against your body as you lay back on the bench. This means you'll start the rep with the weight at your chest. Number 2, hold the dumbbells on your knees with your arms locked out. Lift your knees up and keep your arms straight as you lay back on the bench. This means you'll start the first rep with your arms extended. When you complete the set, I would use the second option I listed in reverse. With your arms extended, bring your knees up to the dumbbells, then use the weight of the dumbbells to rock yourself back into the seated position. Don't throw the dumbbells on the ground when you're done. This is a great way to break the dumbbells or injure someone standing nearby. If you fail a set and can't press the dumbbells off your chest, you can carefully drop the dumbbells to the floor because you don't really have any other option. The next 2 tips are just general recommendations and advice from me. Tip number 9, don't worry about supplements. You're probably going to be told that you need supplements. Chances are a gym employee will try to sell you some supplements. Gym members will encourage you to buy supplements. Social media will advertise supplements. Just ignore it. You need to focus on doing strength training and cardio, being consistent with your routine, eating a healthy diet, and practicing good sleep habits. That stuff is important. Supplements are not. Supplements will never give you the results you're looking for if you're not taking care of the things I just mentioned. If you are achieving great results, it's because you're doing those things I just listed, not because of supplements. Whey protein or soy protein is the only thing that might help you if it's used as a meal replacement or just a convenient meal. It's more of a food, not so much a supplement. It's just a convenient serving of protein. But still, you don't need those things. Finally, we've made it to number 10. Don't compare yourself to others. There will always be someone more muscular, stronger, leaner, or more athletic than you. If you fall into the trap of constantly measuring your self-worth based on how you compare to others, you're always going to be disappointed. Take pride in your own small victories. Did you go to the gym 3 times per week for an entire month and not miss any sessions? That's a win. Did you go to the gym when you really didn't want to? That's a win. Have you improved your body composition, gained some strength, increased your confidence? Even just a little bit. That's the stuff that you need to focus on to keep momentum. That's it. If I missed anything that you would put on your list, comment down below. Thanks for watching, and always remember, Happy New Year and train on time!